technology and delivering the curriculum. But first, let us know our learning outcomes for today. First is discuss the role of technology in curriculum delivery. The second one is identify factors in technology selection, including the use of visual aids. Role of technology in the curriculum springs from the very vision of the E-Philippine Plan. Thus, it is stated, an electronically enabled society will also sense live in an environment that provides quality education, efficient government services, greater sources of livelihood, and ultimately a better way of life through enhanced access to upgrade technology. So, the objective of the Philippine Plan is to achieve what is known as digital citizenship. It does not imply that individuals must become techies in of themselves, but rather they must become individuals capable of coping with the demands of the modern world. This points to the need of an e-curriculum or a curriculum which delivers learning consonant with the information technology and communication technology or ICT revolution. This framework presupposes that curriculum delivery adopts ICT as an important tool in education while users implement teaching and learning strategies that conform to the digital environment. Now, let us know what is instructional media. So, instructional media, also be referred to as media technology of learning technology or simply technology. Technology plays a crucial role in delivering instruction for learners. So, instructional media has been defined in a number of ways. In some cases, it refers to all teaching and learning aids. In other cases, it refers only to the printed media. However, let us focus on the broader meaning of instructional media. So, instructional media encompasses all the materials and physical means an instructor might use to implement instruction and facilitate students achieving instructional objectives. So there are two types of instructional media or instructional technology. The first one is the non-projected media and the second one is the projected media. So what is non-projected media? So, non-projected media are those aids which are used without any projection. So, they translate abstract ideas into a more realistic format. They allow instruction to move from verbal representation to a more concrete level. So, here are the samples of non-projected media. First is real objects, models, field trips, kits, printed materials like books and worksheets, visuals like drawings, photographs, visual boards like chalkboard or whiteboard, and audio material. So the advantage of using non-projected media is that they are abundant and are easily obtainable. We can use it without electricity, and it is appropriate for those who have low budget. The use of these visual aids does not require much artistic talent. It can be applied in a variety of ways at all levels of education and discipline. The next one is the projected media. So, projected media are those channels of communication which promote the effectiveness of instruction and help the teachers to communicate ideas effectively to his or her students. So, as you can see in these slides, these are the samples of projected media or projected visuals. So, the advantage of using projected media is that it helps teachers to simplify, clarify, analyze, and synthesize relationship between man and his environment. Now, let us move on to the factors for technology selection. So the first one is practicality. So in practicality, we will be answering the question, is the equipment or already prepared lesson materials available? If not, what will be the cost in acquiring the equipment or producing the lesson in audio or visual form? So in practicality, the budget is the first thing we must remember, and your funding sources must be considered under availability. A one-time fund allocation necessitates the selection of technology with a long lifetime. So in this, the things that we will be using must be long-lasting, low cost, and non-violent. The next one is appropriateness in relation to the learners. So here we will answer the question, is the medium suitable to the learner's ability to comprehend? So we all know that no one learns in the same way because every one of us have different learning styles and skills. And so we need to find ways to make teaching and learning more successful. So as a teacher, we must be certain that the technology tool we use is focused on the learner's interests, skills, and ability. So the second question is, will the medium be a source of plain amusement or entertainment but not learning? So we incorporate technology into a lesson in order for our students to be more engaged in their studies and for the teaching and learning process to be more successful and not as a source of entertainment. For example, we can use gamification to provide instruction or immersing our students in virtual reality. As a result, technology will enable students to be more engaged in the learning process. The next one is activity and suitability. Here we will answer the question, will the chosen media fit the set instructional event, resulting in either information, motivation, or psychomotor display? So it is important for us teachers to understand the activities that will take place within our classroom. So in order to ensure that the technology tool is appropriate for the activity that we prepare. As we all know, technology is not always suitable for all the lesson all of the time. So also, what works in one setting or scenario cannot work in another. The last one is objective matching. Overall, does the medium help in achieving learning objectives? So, this is the most important aspect to consider when determining which media or technologies to use to meet the set learning objectives. So, to achieve our goal, we must ensure that the technology is parallel to the learning objectives. So now, let us discuss about the role of technology in curriculum building. It can easily be observed that technological innovation in the multifarious fields of commerce, science, and education is fast developing, such that it is difficult to foresee the technological revolution in the learning, inclusive of educational changes. However, technological changes in education will make its impact on the delivery of more effective, efficient, and humanizing teaching and learning. So there is a pressing need to embrace the era of technological advancement in the present day. Various fields will emerge as a result of this technological advancement. In this regard, society should develop useful tools for progress, which will be accomplished by involving citizens in the reproductive use of digital media and devices. So people will be able to live better lives simply by maximizing their use of important technological devices. Attaining successful education, government services, and livelihood incorporates the role of technology. Presently, we can identify three current trends that could carry on the nature of education in the future. First is paradigm shift from the teacher-centered to student-centered approach to learning. Before, the teacher served as the knowledge dispenser, but today's curriculum, the teacher only serves as the facilitator of learning. The next one is broadening realization that education is not simply a delivery of facts and information, but an educative process of cultivating the cognitive, affective, psychomotor, and much more the contemplative intelligence of the learner of a new age. By using technology inside our classroom, both teachers and learners can develop essential skills that is needed in the 21st century. The students can gain the skills they will need to successful in the future. The third and possibly the more exclusive trend is the increase in the use of new information and communication technology or ICT. We all know that technology is here to stay and that industry will continue to evolve. So, we must be prepared for each new update happening in our surroundings. The belief that education is for everyone seems to be validated by the use of technology. Now, what are the roles of technology in curriculum delivery? First is upgrading the quality of teaching and learning in school. By replacing a teacher-centered model with a student-centered one, technology is changing our education system. Students, parents, and teachers all profit from technological advancement in education. It offers a variety of useful resources to assist students in learning more effectively. Next one is increasing the capability of a teacher to effectively inculcate learning for students to gain mastery of lessons and courses. So technology appeals to both teachers and students because it has a plenty of opportunities for improving classroom learning. Teachers can find resources that are simple to introduce to his or her students, as well as websites that can assist students in practicing new content. To supplement training, there are a lot of teaching opportunities available to aid students in learning more and becoming better. Third one is broadening the delivery of education outside school through non-traditional approaches to formal and informal learning such as open universities and lifelong learning to adult learners. So by ushering a new paradigm of linked teaching, technology is being transformed by accelerating the pace of learning, reducing the cost of instructional content or curriculum delivery, and better using instructor time. Online learning opportunities and the use of accessible education tools and the other technology will improve educational efficiency. The last one is revolutionizing the use of technology to boost educational paradigm shift that give importance to student-centered and holistic learning. Improving educational devices can help to maintain high-quality learning atmosphere and learning-centered approach. Education must be technologically driven. It stresses the concept of activity-based learning, which can be improved with the help of technology, resulting in a holistic development of the learner. These primary roles are based on the framework of technology-driven teaching and learning, or TEPAC, or the technological knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, and content knowledge. So, TPAC is a model that helps teachers consider how their knowledge domains intersect in order to effectively teach and engage students with technology. It shows that there is direct interconnectedness of the three components, thus in teaching and learning process. A teacher should always ask and find the correct answer to the following question for his or her everyday lesson. So the first question is, what shall I teach? Or the content knowledge. The second one is, how shall I teach the content? Or the pedagogical knowledge. And the last one is, what technology will I use in how to teach the content? Or the technological knowledge. So, technological knowledge is described teacher's knowledge of and ability to use various technological tools and associated resources. So TK concerns understanding EdTech, considering its possibilities for a specific subject area or classroom. Learning to recognize when will it assess impend learning and continually learning and adapting new technology offerings. Next is the pedagogical knowledge. So PK describe teachers' knowledge to the practice, processes, and methods regarding teaching and learning. As a generic form of knowledge, PK encompasses the purpose, values, and aims of education and may apply to more specific areas including the understanding of students, learning styles, classroom management, lesson planning, and assessment. And next is the content knowledge. So content knowledge describes teachers' own knowledge of subject matter. CK may include knowledge of concept, theories, evidence, and organizational frameworks within a particular subject matter. It may also include the fields, best practices, and established approaches to communicating this information to students. So CK will also differ according to the discipline and the grade level. Next is Technological Content Knowledge or TCK. So this describes teachers' understanding of how technology and content can both influence and push against each other. So TCK involves understanding how the subject matter can be communicated via different EdTech offerings and considering which specific EdTech tools might be best suited for specific subject matters or classrooms. Is technological pedagogical knowledge or the TPK. This describes teachers' understanding of how particular technologies can change both the teaching and learning experiences by introducing new pedagogical affordances and constraints. So another aspect of TPK concerns understanding how such tools can be deployed alongside pedagogy in ways that are appropriate to the discipline and development of the lesson on the hand. One is pedagogical content knowledge or the PCK. So this describes teachers' knowledge regarding foundational areas of teaching and learning, including curricular development, student assessment, and reporting results. So PCK focuses on promoting learning and tracing the links among pedagogy and its supportive practices. As much as like CK, it also differs according to the grade level and the subject matter. TPAC is the end result of this various combination and interest drawing from them, and from the three larger underlying areas of content, pedagogy, and technology, in order to create an effective basis for teaching using educational technology. So in order for teachers to make effective use of TPAC framework, they should be open to the certain key ideas, including concepts from the content being taught can be presented using technology. Pedagogical techniques can communicate content in different ways using technology. So different content concepts require different skill levels from students, and EdTech can help address discuss some of these requirements. So, students come into the classroom with different backgrounds, including prior educational experiences and exposure in technology, and lesson utilizing EdTech should account for this possibility. Education technology can be used in tandem with students' existing knowledge, helping them either strengthening prior epistemologies or developing new ones. And now, let us know the criteria for the use of visual aids. But first, let us define what is a visual aids. So, visual aids are items of a visual manner such as graphs, photographs, video clips, and others, and used in addition to spoken information. So we have 10 criteria for the use of visual aids. First one is lettering style or font. So consistency and harmony. So we must keep style consistent, such as the same fonts, colors, position, and font size. The second one is number of lettering styles. So no more than 2 in aesthetic display like chart or bulletin board. Use capitals, short titles, or headlines should be no more than 6 words. So, when we're doing our visual aids, we must limit our titles and headlines in 6 words or less. Number 4 is lettering colors. Easy to see and read. Use of contrast is good for emphasis. So, if we're going to use white background, we can use dark color for our text. And if we're going to use dark color for our background, we will use, of course, light color for our text. So, 6 is lettering size. So, good visibility even for students at the back of the classroom. So, our audience or students naturally want to see and know what we're going to discuss and what we're going to present or what we are presenting. So the use of visual aids provide emphasis that effectively highlights the ideas, keywords, and relationship for the audience or for our students. So we need to make sure that our visuals can be seen by our students at the back of the classroom for them to cooperate and follow the class discussion. 6 is spacing between letters, so equal and even spacing. 7 is spacing between lines, so not too close as they're at a distance. Next is number of lines, so no more than 8 lines in text in each transparency or slides. 9 is appeal, so unusual or catchy, so use two-dimensional or interactive or use of overlays or movable flaps. And the last one is use of directional devices like arrows, bold letters, bullets, contrasting colors, and size, special placement of an item. So those are the criteria for use of visual aids. And that's all for today's discussion. Thank you and God bless.